Hey you guys, it is Patrick. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am doing another Starbucks recreation, Starbucks copycat, Starbucks DIY at home video. I love making these videos so much. Starbucks has a ton of drinks and I have not even tapped the surface of all of the recipes that I'm gonna show you guys. This one, this one has been on the menu for a hot minute now and it is one of my personal faves. If you love cold brew, this is probably your go-to drink. Today I'm making, what's it called? These names, it's too confusing. I'm making the salted caramel cream cold brew. Yes. So we have that salt, then we have the caramel, then we have the cold brew, then we have all of it together. It's just a moment. It's just a moment. Whoever had the idea of putting salt in caramel, I love you. It is so good and it is so good in coffee. Oh my gosh. I cannot think of a better drink to make in the morning. This is just so good and it is so easy to make. I think a lot of people get intimidated when they hear like either cold foam or cold brew. They kind of leave it to the baristas, they leave it to the experts, but I'm here to show you that you can totally do this at home. You are your own barista. Come on. So it is so easy. I'm gonna break it down for you. And there are no fancy ingredients, no fancy equipment required. No, this is so easy. You can do this. If you are not already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I make Starbucks videos all the time and just like different recipes. So if you want to stick around and join the family that we have created here, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at pmeyer, MEYER01. I will have a handle down there. Follow me over there. And I will have the full recipe down below with all the measurements so that you can try this for yourself. So the first component that we're gonna talk about is the actual cold brew. Now I am sure if you guys are iced coffee fanatics, you have probably seen cold brew has been booming in the past few years. I think cold brew has such a better and richer flavor than just normal hot coffee, and because it never hits the heat, it doesn't get that like sour or like bitter flavor. It is just so good. Now there are a ton of tutorial videos here on YouTube that will show you how to make cold brew at home. I personally just can't be bothered. You do have to make it a day or two in advance and let it steep and soak overnight, and personally, I don't have time for that. So thank goodness the grocery stores now, they're on it. A lot of them have such a good selection of like gourmet pre-made cold brews. I love it. This cold brew, I found it at Whole Foods, but again, you literally can find a ton of different brands. Choose your favorites, or if you want to make it at home, if you love making it at home, do that. Do you live your life. So whatever method you choose, just go with it, and you're gonna need like, maybe like a cup of cold brew for this drink. So a plus for making this drink at home is if you have like a favorite coffee ground, a favorite coffee blend, you can use that in your cold brew and make this drink even more you. And a lot of different cold brews have like different flavor profiles, different levels of strength. So whether you like a lighter cold brew or a super dark cold brew, you can find a cold brew for you. Oh, that rhymed. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this pre-made option here. Do whatever you want. Now let's talk about the cold foam. So if you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, you might remember when I made the pumpkin cream cold brew last fall. I did it in a method where I blended it in the NutriBullet that got it really foamy and really nice. Today I'm gonna show you a different method on how to do this all. It's just as good. You can use either option, but I just want to change it up and show you guys a different way to make it. Okay, so here are the ingredients that we're going to need to make this salted cold foam. We're obviously going to need salt. You can use whatever salt you want. This is just like regular plain salt, but you could also use sea salt or pink salt or whatever salt. Next, you're gonna need some milk. Normally, I do say that you can use like plant-based milk or like regular milk, but I will say for cold foam, you do get a better texture if you use a milk with with a higher fat content. So here I'm using whole milk. This, in my opinion, is the best milk that you can use for this recipe, but obviously you can do whatever you want because who's the boss here? You. And then to get that really whipped and frothy consistency, I'm going to go ahead and add some heavy cream into this thing. Oh my gosh. So if we used all heavy cream, it would just be like whipped cream on top of coffee, and I mean, that sounds amazing, but that's not really what we're going for here. So that's why we need a blend of milk and cream, so it's not too liquidy and it's not too rich. It's a balance. We love balance here. And then the last thing that we're gonna need to add is 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is going to sweeten this cold foam and really contribute to that sweet and salty vibe that we're going for. Yes. And then you're just gonna need like a measuring cup or something that you're gonna mix this with. Let me show you what we're gonna mix this with. So for this recipe, I'm gonna go ahead and use like a little milk frother. I'm actually borrowing this from my roommate, but she said she found it, I think, at Target, and it was so cheap. This works perfectly if you are already like a beginner or intermediate or even expert barista. You probably have this on hand. This not only froths like lattes, but it's perfect for making this cold foam. We love a 2-in-1. This is really gonna whip it up, and it just looks so cute. If you do not have this, you could also do like I did in my other video and put it in a NutriBullet, or you could just use like a hand mixer and whip this up. Either option is perfectly fine. This is just what I'm using today. Okay, so I'm gonna measure out 1/4 cup of milk in here, and I'm just making enough to make like 1 drink, but obviously if you're making a lot of cold brews for maybe like your family or your friends, you could obviously just like double or even triple this recipe. Okay, perfect. Oh my god, this brings me back to elementary school with like the milk carton things. I could never figure out how to open them. Love this for me. Okay, so we're using equal parts heavy cream and milk, so this is also 1/4 cup going in. Yes. And then obviously we need to sweeten this thing up, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in 1 tablespoon of sugar. Oh my gosh, yes. And then here personally is my favorite part of this drink, the salt. Oh my gosh, you guys, this drink would not be anything without the salt. I am obsessed with like that little bit of salt, that little bit of sweet, that little bit of coffee. So I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of salt into this cold foam. You guys can adjust this if you want more or less, but oh my gosh. The salt just enhances the flavor of everything. Okay, so I have my cold foam ingredients ready, so I'm just gonna set this aside and blend this at the last minute before I pour it on top of my drink. So let's get the rest of the drink ready. Okay, so I already talked about the cold brew, but we can't forget that this is a salted caramel cold brew. So we need caramel syrup. Now you can make this at home, but why? There are so many different brands out there that make really good caramel syrup that I just choose to buy it. I'm using the Torani brand today, but there are a billion different brands out there. Use whatever you want, just make sure it is caramel syrup. And then I have an actual Starbucks cup here. I just wanted the vibe of actually like drinking a Starbucks drink. So I thought this would take me there mentally and spiritually and emotionally. And I love that this drink has a little like, what's it called? Strawless lid. That way you get the foam, you get the coffee. It's just, it's everything. It's everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with ice and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my ice in here. Now I can go ahead and add in like 2 or 3 tablespoons of this caramel syrup. We are not baking here, so the measurements do not have to be exact. If you want more caramel flavor, then just add more of this. And if you don't like your coffee as sweet, then just add maybe like 1 tablespoon of this. Okay, perfect. And now I can just go, oh my god, ow, twist off. Why is everything always like an issue? Oh, yay. Okay, so now I can just pour the cold brew over the caramel syrup, but I want to make sure to leave enough room for this cold foam, so I will pour it just to like maybe the top of the ice. Okay, so now I can set this aside and officially blend my cold foam. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready. You're gonna wanna put this at the bottom of the cup so it doesn't splash back at you. So let's blend it up. Oh my gosh. What's going on? Whoa. That's everything. This is literally like a cloud now. It is so light. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I just did that. Okay, so now this cold foam is all frothy. It is all, it's like a fluffy cloud. Okay, so now I can pour this on top of the cold brew. Oh my gosh, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this looks amazing. We have the cold brew, then we have the foam, and it's like cascading down. You guys, this is barista level at home, at home. Okay, give this a little shake and let's give this a try. You guys, I'm saying this for the record, the best drink I've ever made on this channel, period, period. You get the rich, deep, dark cold brew flavor. Then you get that really sweet caramel flavor. Then the cold foam, the salted cold foam just cuts through the sweetness and adds just a little bit of a salty edge. And it's the textures for me, it's the textures. When you take a sip, you get the cold brew, and then you get the light, airy cold foam. You guys have to, I'm obsessed. You can do this at home. You do not have to spend $5 to $6 every single day on this thing, no. Wow, wow. I am shocked. I will have the full secret recipe down below. You have to try this out. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you loved it, be sure to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.